How's it going, guys? RealRadman here, back at it again with another video, back with Pocono. We're going to talk about the Pocono race. I never really liked Pocono. I think it's a great track, but it's very hard to provide great racing. But today was a little bit different towards the end. It was kind of the same towards the middle and the beginning, but different towards the end. So let's get right into it. Stage 1, Stage 2, Stage 3 played a big deal in this race. It was very, very different. Because you had 50 laps, and then 60 till the end. It was like a road course. You're breaking it up and seeing which would be the right strategy. So there was basically throughout stage 1 and 2, there was a strategy of, okay, when the pit window opens, which was around 36 to 37 laps to go, pit right away, because you could stay on the lead lap, you get the pit stop out of the way, and then you kind of run till the end. Then there was the other strategy of, you know what, just divide it in half. So after 25 laps, pit, and then run another 25 laps. And then there was another strategy, which you just basically ran as long as you could until around 12 to go, and then you pit then, hoping that either a caution would come out, or that a caution would come out with around 15 to go, hoping that those guys that pitted with 30-something to go still had to pit again for 4 tires, because tire fall off was a big deal. So those are the 3 main strategies, and it was definitely all over the place. That was the only interesting thing about this race, because until the end, that's all the race was. Kyle Busch was dominating, and you just had strategy play, you know, in and out. That's really it, to be honest. Chase Elliott, Jimmy Johnson, Martin Truex Jr., they all started towards the back of the field. Truex basically started last, and they all charged straight through the field. One thing about stage 1, Bubba Wallace, he got caught speeding twice, so not really good for his debut. Couldn't really get used to the digital dash. And Logano had a flat tire, which kind of put him towards the back foot, and he had to, I think he went a lap down at the end of stage 1, but he should have gotten his lap back. And yeah, at the end, I mean, like I said, nothing happened. There was no cautions. So at the end, Kyle Busch won stage 1. So let's move on to stage 2. Unfortunately, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Had a gear problem. He tried shifting, I think it was into 4th, or yeah, I think he tried going from 3 to 4, and it went straight to 2nd. Same thing happened in practice on Friday, so he's out of the race. Just take note of that, though, for later in the race when I talk about Kevin Harvick, because he had something similar. But Dale Earnhardt Jr. engine blew, transmission was done, so he's out of the race, unfortunately. And Jimmy Johnson and Jay McMurray, this was the first actual caution of the race. They hit the wall hard. Jimmy really hit the wall hard. So did Jamie. Brake failures. The motto of the day was basically, it's hot and brakes are suffering. We don't hear that a lot in the modern era of NASCAR, but we heard it a lot today. And Jimmy, he had a hard lick. He had to catch his breath there a little bit. Jamie McMurray as well. He was car on fire and everything. So it was two really hard hits.
We're currently under the red flag. That's Jimmy Johnson, the only 3-time winner of this season, and having some problems being able to get out of this car. He was running 7th at the time.
Remember, 200 miles an hour down into that corner. Jamie McMurray had a brake issue as well.
So the red flag was out for about 30 minutes. I decided to watch the E3 Xbox press conference, to watch Scorpio and stuff, so I was away for a little bit. Come back to see that with 3 to go, none of the leaders decided to pit. And this was what was interesting to me, because if you guys watched the stage play out, Kyle Busch did not pit until around 12 to go, so he had fresh tires. He didn't really have to pit. But everyone else, like Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, Martin Truex Jr., they just kind of stayed out, and they were on older tires. And what confused me here was the penalty for pitting when pit lanes closed is you go to the tail end of the field for that restart. So let's say if there was 2 to go until the end of stage 2, you decided to pit, you'd have to start at the tail end of that restart with 2 to go, not the restart, you know, for the end of this, or for the beginning of stage 3. No, not that one. For the end of stage 2, you have to restart the tail end of the longest line. But it didn't matter, because you still stayed on the lead lap, which means everyone else was still have to pit, which means you just gained track position. And when I'm looking at someone like Martin Truex Jr., Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, I'm thinking to myself, I don't care about the stage points. I don't even care about winning the stage to get 1 playoff point, because if I'm able to pit here and leave Kyle Busch and whoever else decides to stay out, which were a lot of people, on old tires for those 2 laps, and then they all have to pit and we stay out, we gain a bunch of track position. And for some reason, none of them decided to do it. Guys like Stenhouse did it, Danica Patrick I think did it, but no one else decided to do it, and they gained track position. They weren't fast enough to stay up there, but they gained track position, and I was completely shocked no one decided to do that. So it's a loophole in the rules. If there's a caution with like 2 or 3 to go during a stage, and the red flag came out, there's a loophole in that rule. So yeah, I was very shocked that no one did that. But in the end, Kyle Larson would win stage 2. But again, it wouldn't play that big of a deal because Kyle Busch was still right there. He was on fresh tires. He didn't really have to pit again. So Kyle Busch was in the driver's seat heading into stage 3. So stage 3, the shuffle or the order was all different. And again, the same story. You know, when do you pit? Do you pit with 38 to go? Do you pit with 25 to go? Do you pit with, you know, how do you pit? How do you break up the stage? Now stage 3 was 60 laps, so, you know, again, you can't really run till 12 to go, but you can run till, you know, 20 to go. So what do you do? What's the strategy? And this kind of all got foiled when Casey Kane hit the wall and the caution came out with 17 to go. Now what happened here was Kyle Busch, I think, had pitted with 31 to go, along with Larson, along with Truex, along with Elliott, along with a lot of the leaders, Kurt Busch as well, Kevin Harvick as well. And during these pit stops, before I forget, Kevin Harvick actually he missed a shift downshifting. I think he went from 4th to 2nd automatically. Usually when that happens, your transmission goes. It didn't, and he was fine. So I don't know. Just gotta say that about Hendrick Motorsports and their engine. Why did the Ford engine decide to just keep running and the Hendrick engine decided to fail? Don't know about that. But yeah, so Brad Keselowski, he's the one that he stays out. Kyle Busch, they all of them pit. So Brad Keselowski stays out until I think 18 to go, and the lap after he pitted, a caution came out. So therefore, Brad Keselowski gained a bunch of track position because everyone else who pitted 20 laps earlier had to pit again because fresh tires were ideal. Now, here's where a dumb decision comes in. The interim crew chief, I do not know his name, the interim crew chief for Kyle Busch, because Adam Stevens got suspended for 4 races, decides to stay out. And I thought that was a dumb move. I didn't care who stayed out. If I was Kyle Busch, I would have pitted with 4 tires, and I would have just passed all of them. I don't even think a lot of people, you can't stay out when you have 15 to 17 laps on your tires. And I don't think his crew chief realized that most of the people that were contending with him pitted on the same lap he did. So they were all on the same level of tires. So I didn't understand that call at all. I knew it was a dumb call right away. I tweeted it. I was like, you know, that's a dumb call and he's not winning this race. And therefore he didn't. He fell back and I don't even know where he finished, but he fell out of the top 5. So the restart happens and you see I think it was, who was it? Ryan Blaney that passes him, and this was a hell of a race. Ryan Blaney and Kyle Busch.
Into a big block on Blaney right there.
With those fresher tires, if Blaney ever gets past,
he's got him.
Be able to catch him.
Here.
He's got him. He'll get him down the back right here. He's going to out-drag him.
Now watch Kevin Harvick.
Oh, my gosh. He drove me all the way on the apron.
Took him to the infield almost.
Man.
Blaney has got to be saying, what do I got to do?
Oh, look at that big piece of paper. Is that covering the grill on Kyle Busch's 18?
But watch Kevin Harvick. He's coming into the picture.
Well, these 2 guys running side by side, I mean, it's going to open the door for everybody.
Outside. On your door tight.
Blaney loose.
Oh, he's driving the heck out of that thing.
Still there.
He's going to clear him.
Clear.
Got the lead.
Clear.
Blaney to the front.
The 21 car to the lead.
Throwing blocks and stuff, and that was some really good racing. Then Kevin Harvick, who's running 3rd at the moment, gets past Kyle Busch, and then it's kind of like mano a mano with Ryan Blaney and Kevin Harvick. And again, just really, really solid racing. If you guys could see it, go check it out. It's just absolutely solid racing.
Harvick had to get out of the throttle a little bit, almost got in the wall.
400 miles. It's going to come down to 1 corner. That flat turn 3. And Blaney beats Harvick back to the gas. Harvick looks slow, and here they come. The winner at Pocono, Ryan Blaney for the Wood Brothers.
Wow.
What a race.
Wow.
I'm sorry you can't talk, bro, but I'm so proud of you today.
They were always within like 0.3 of each other. And until the end of the race, Ryan Blaney wins it. And yeah, so Ryan Blaney wins his first career race. Again, you know, we're kind of like ticking off who wins their first career race, and it's like Ricky Stenhouse, Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney. I don't know. There's so many people. I feel like there's 4 people that have won their first career race this season, but I'm not sure about that. We're still waiting on Eric Jones. We're still waiting on Chase Elliott, Chase Elliott should have gotten his first career race last year, but you know, it doesn't happen like that. So this race to me was a B. I thought the end was great for Pocono. The stages made it more interesting. If stages weren't in this race, oh god, this would have been boring. At least we had strategy, you know. But if stages are not in this race, Pocono would have been a snooze fest. So I thought it was a really good race. Guys, if you haven't checked out the NASCAR Heat 2 news, go on my channel, or just wait till the end of the video, listen to that awesome outro song. It'll be right there for you. Just click on it. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Congratulations to Ryan Blaney. It was just an awesome race. I'm very glad he won. I'm a big Young Gun fan, so I'm very glad he won. Yeah, if you guys liked the video, make sure to hit that like button. New to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of the race. And I will see you guys later. Hope you're having a great day. Peace out.
Even if I tried, even if I wanted to, and I can't change. Even if I tried, my love, she keeps me warm.